Hey guys, I'm Eric. I'm one of the co-founders of Doomlings, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the Treasures expansion from Legends of Enderas. Okay, so Treasures are this new mechanic/gameplay expansion with powerful artifacts that can be used to fund big plays or enrich yourself with precious points. Treasures, for all intents and purposes, are kind of like artifacts that let you do something special. Each treasure has a different effect that tells you how to use it. Some treasures have effects that take place during your turn. Some treasures have effects that can be played before your turn. Some treasures have effects that can be played outside of your turn. But we'll get into all that in a moment. First, let's talk about how to set up treasures. So there are two different ways to play. There's the normal way and easy mode, which we recommend for new players. We'll get into that later. Now, let's start with normal. First, shuffle the treasures and place the deck face down in the center of the table. At the beginning of each game, each player is dealt one treasure. Keep your treasure hidden from your opponents. You'll want to surprise them when the time is right. At the start of each new age, each player will draw an additional treasure. Now, you can't have more than 2 treasures, so if you already have 2, you cannot draw a third. When you use a treasure during the game, you reveal it and then discard it into the coffer pile, which is basically the discard pile next to the treasure deck. So that's pretty much it for setup. Let's dive in on how to use the treasures. As I mentioned, treasures will enter your hand periodically throughout the game. While you cannot have more than 2 treasures in your hand, you can use both of your treasures on your turn. As you'll see on your treasure card, most treasures have 2 effects. You can only use one of these effects per treasure, so pick the one that works for you. There are 5 types of effects that you might find on a treasure card. They are Rush, Echo, Mutate, Adapt, and Cloak. Rush allows you to play the treasure's effect before your turn. So, say you reveal the summit treasure. You can activate the effect to draw one before your turn, or play a card from the discard pile before your turn. Either way, Rush means before your turn. The Echo effect allows you to play another card. So, say you reveal the Broken Promises treasure to use its Echo effect. That means you can play a blue card and then play another blue card. Or, if you play a purple card, you may play another purple card. Either way, Echo means play another card. The Mutate effect allows you to replace one trait in your trait pile. So, say you have a trait in your trait pile that's causing you a whole host of problems. Maybe it's a negative trait. You can use the Mutate effect to replace that trait. Remove it from your trait pile and place it on the bottom of the deck. Then, replace it with a trait from your hand, as long as it's one of the specified colors from the treasure's effect. Either way, Mutate means replace a trait. Let's talk about the Adapt effect. You should only use it when you play a card with an action, and ideally one where there's a better action already on the table. The Adapt effect allows you to ignore your trait's action and instead do the action of another card on the table. So, keep track of actions that have already happened in case you want to repeat those actions later. Let's give an example. Say you have Reckless, which says you and an opponent discard one trait from each other's trait pile. That's pretty risky, right? You can play Reckless, but change the action for something a little more favorable. So, if an opponent has Tiny Little Melons, say, you'd be able to adapt and play that action instead. Bottom line, adapt means do a different action from the table. Finally, we have Cloak. Think of it as your nope card. If ever there's a trait that's played and you don't like it, you can activate your treasure's cloak and nullify that effect. Nope. Now, there is a caveat. You can't do it on a dominant you don't like. Let's do an example. If you have the Reflecting Glass treasure, you may use the cloak effect to prevent an action. Perhaps someone's trying to steal from you. You can also prevent an effect that you don't like from your own trait pile. Say a requirement that might be, to play, you must discard all your Doomlings. Well, that's a bummer. Play your cloak effect and simply play your trait without discarding. So to recap, rush means do something before your turn. Echo means play another card. Mutate means replace a trait. Adapt means do a different action. And cloak means nope. Once you use your treasure's effect, discard it into the coffer pile. You will draw a new treasure at the start of the next age. I mentioned there's an easy mode. In easy mode, you'll set up the game by simply dealing 3 treasures to each player. The players are able to use these treasures throughout the game, but in easy mode, you only get 3 treasures and you can't draw any more. So pick your opportunities wisely. In conclusion, think of treasures as items that you get to use throughout the game to surprise your opponents and make big brain plays. These treasures open up whole new ways to play Doomlings. It might seem a bit complicated, and if it does, we recommend starting with easy mode, just to get the hang of it. After a game or two, it should be clear how these treasures can create big plays and change the way you think about your Doomlings strategy. There are 26 different treasures to discover, all part of the Legends of Enderas variety expansion, which is available now. Thank you so much for taking the time and diving in with me. I hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, we recommend joining our Doomlings Discord or the Facebook group, which has over 10,000 active members who love talking Doomlings each and every day. Thank you for being with us and helping us grow this world. Hopefully you're enjoying winning the end of the world as much as we are. Have a great day.